Steve Martin, Class 12, Profanity and Morality. I guess the best thing to do is to stand in front of this guy, Bill Hicks. Father would say, "Bill, do you always have to use the F word in your act?" He said, "You're not playing the dumb side play." I screwed up the joke totally, but it depends on the person. That's what Steve Martin talks about. It depends on the person, depends on the act, depends on how you use the profanity. Is that a crutch? Is the laugh the curse word? I feel like I'm 90 if I say curse word. Is that the laugh? He goes over one of the guy's acts and asks, and he says, "Well, wait a second. Is that?" I'm a little bit skeptical of that. Maybe that's why people are laughing, and you would always try to remove it just to make sure that when you boil it down to its essence, it is still the joke and not just tagging it with somebody swearing, I guess. There isn't a real answer to it. It's all subjective. All of the comedy, everything is subjective. It doesn't. I could find something completely hilarious, and you may think it's just nonsensical or not even just flat out not funny. That's what all comedy boils down to. See in PC culture, politically correct. People are scared of it for whatever reason. Comedians feel that that's the sword, the hill they have to die on, or something like that. Lately, I don't know. I follow Henry Rollins, his ideology on this. In as much as there's no PC, it's just, hey, quit treating people like jerks. Quit saying that. It doesn't really help anybody, and as a matter of fact, it may actually hurt people in the long run. Maybe just try to be nice. I don't know. It doesn't mean that you sacrifice yourself or your comedy or your YouTube video in this case, but maybe, I don't know. There's comedians that feel that this is the be all end all of everything, and I don't know. I think there are some points to be made. There are some lines to be drawn as far as just regular how people interact with each other, but maybe comedians push the line, and that's what they do. That's what the good ones do, at least. Whether or not that actually plays into real culture coming in, I don't know. I have my doubts. It's hard to say. Again, it's all subjective. Some people may be offended by just a fart joke, and some people may be okay with like a rape joke or something like that, something really, really way out there, potentially awful. He talks about kind comedy. I don't know. The definition was kind of, I don't know, maybe I just missed that part, maybe I didn't understand it properly, but kind comedy, in as much as don't target the audience, always just self-deprecation is what it comes down to. Make fun of yourself. Nobody else is going to stop you and say, "Oh no, you're being mean to yourself," because they know it's part of whatever you're doing. It's part of the act, let's say. There's a student session at the end of this one. Like I said, it went over the guy's act. It boils down to individuality. You have to be something unique, something that's interesting, something that will stick in somebody's head and say, "Oh, I remember that guy. That guy did this bit. That guy's funny. I want to see him again. I want to see him again. I want to subscribe to his YouTube channel. I want to watch him on whatever podcast or something like that." I don't know. It's there. They asked a little survey when I was going through the classes, and it asked what's something that you like more, and I'd really like this to be more. It's kind of like a podcast, but I'd like it to be more like a podcast where you just sit down and he talks and he just goes. He's a smart guy, and he's way more diplomatic about how he does things, but I'd like to see him just sit down and talk for a couple of hours just straight and just have him be him. I don't know, because it's nicer to have that larger format to say, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing, and not just a prepared thing. But that's me. So that was class 12 for Steve Martin's masterclass. I have a lot more to go, so they're really they're compelling though. That's the great thing about it. Even with the class sessions, which I'm not a big fan of, they are interesting to see how his mind works. So class 12, thanks for watching.